Today I want to share with you two things, two ideas, two ways of being, two tools to help you as you're feng shuiing, as you're applying these feng shui adjustments to ensure that something good comes from it, to ensure that you see change. My name's Jeanette Zizikowski, your go-to feng shui consultant. Let's get into it. I'm inspired and encouraged to share this message with you today. It was a little impromptu. It was not a part of the plan. I actually had a plan to share how to feng shui with books and your bookcases and where books should go to make your feng shui happy. And so I guess that video is gonna come next week. So subscribe now and stay tuned so you can sort out all those books that are all over your space. But I'm inspired and encouraged to talk today about this message because I've been getting a lot of client feedback, specifically this week. I've just had this new set of clientele that are seeing so many results and feeling and experiencing so much change fast. Everybody I work with always does because feng shui always brings something, but there's a difference between the people that see change with feng shui quickly and maybe see a little bit more over time, slowly, or not at all. There is a big difference, and today I'm going to share with you what those differences are and the two tools that I think are really the big differentiators and how you can apply them so you can start seeing more results and feeling more results with feng shui. And I have personal experience with the differences. As a reminder to anybody new, as a reminder to people who have watched this channel before, I started studying feng shui and working with different types of feng shui almost 8 years ago. So I started, because I have a master's in landscape architecture, and I started by writing papers and studying about landscape forms, which is the original feng shui, studying landforms, water, earth, like the land, where energy comes from. And then when I heard about that, I was like, okay, well, how can I use this in modern day time? And that's when I started teaching myself BTB Feng Shui, which is the most popular thing you see on the internet. That's much more about the art of placement, which is not what I practice anymore. Now I practice classical Feng Shui, but it is a good stepping stone because it's very easy to do yourself. It's all about placing and arranging with intention. And I can tell you the hiccups that I had back then with BTB was lack of intention, lack of understanding, lack of knowing what it was I was feng shuiing for. And so certain times I would adjust and I would arrange and I would see things happen overnight. I would see change, I'd feel change, and I'm like, damn, this stuff works. This stuff is great. And other times, you know, when there was a dip in life or a dip in relationships and I'd adjust some things, maybe not so much. Maybe I wouldn't experience as much and I'd think, why isn't it working now, or what's going on? And it's this evolution over the last 8 years and the different types that I've been practicing with that I've really understood the difference in how it works. So the first thing that is important for you guys who are applying feng shui on your own is, and the difference that it's made for the clients I've had who've seen results fast, is their intention behind the adjustments. The set of clients that have come recently are very in tune with their space enough. They're still not nuanced in all this, they're not experts in all of this, but they are very open to the fact that energy is around them, energy supports them, it gives them energy, it can give them luck, it can give them the vibrancy to work on tough relationships, to work on this new job, to deal with a new boss. So they are very aware and down for the fact that their environment affects their mood. Otherwise, there is no sense in applying these shifts and these changes. You'll still see something, but there's no sense in doing all that if you're already going into it thinking, this isn't gonna work. Then find a different tool, right? Go meditate, go do yoga, go get a life coach, go do something else, because then that means that feng shui just isn't your tool that's gonna help you get there, right? Why would I eat something I'm so bad at thinking of examples on the spot. Why would I do something or anything if I was convinced it wasn't gonna work, right? I have to always at least have a little bit of a nugget, like, this works for so many people, it can't be a lie. Like, you know, maybe I'm still skeptical, that's okay. But go into it with the intention that this is the tool for you, this is the tool to support you. And I love Feng Shui because it's fun and easy, and sometimes you get to buy new stuff and decorate your place. I mean, maybe I'm a little biased, I enjoy decorating, but I enjoy feeling the vibe and all that stuff. So anyway, I digress. Having intention while you make your adjustments. So as you watch these YouTube videos, any of my Instagram tips, as you read other people's articles, as you're making these adjustments, what is your intention? There's a big trend where people are all saying, what's your why? What's your why? You have to know why. And I mean, I'm sure I've probably said it, but that is really tough for people who don't know their why, who don't know their purpose yet. Feng Shui is a tool that gets you to your purpose, that helps guide you towards your why. Life is a whole journey. Sometimes people don't find out their purpose until the year before they die. That's a little dramatic, but you know, sometimes the whole point of life is to experience along the way, and every day you're closer to the purpose, but maybe the purpose isn't even fully fulfilled till the end, and you look back and you're like, my purpose was just to experience life. Again, another tangent that I'm going down. So what I mean by intention is knowing that your environment affects your mood, being open and knowing that the energy around you is meant to support you and help guide you towards finding your purpose, towards being happier, towards being healthier, towards anything better than what you have today in this moment now, knowing that. And as you arrange, okay, I'm rotating this couch to open up my space to energy, to let in light and energy, to fulfill me, to give me more energy to take on my day. I am so grateful for this space. As you're adjusting or as you're placing end tables, you hear in BTB all the time that if you place 2 end tables, that signifies to the universe that you're open to a relationship. Whether a relationship falls in your lap or not is a whole nother video, but placing with intention, these 2 end tables show the universe, I am ready for a relationship, I am ready for love, I'm ready for balance, I am ready for equality, I'm ready for that dual love. Is dual love a thing? That's what placing with intention is. Arranging with the understanding that you're welcoming in abundance, you're welcoming in prosperity. That is the difference. That is the first difference between people who see change, feel change, and people who don't. The second piece of advice I want to give you that makes a difference between the people who see change and results fast and the people who don't is getting specific. So you maybe don't need to, or not maybe, you don't need to know your life's purpose. You don't need to know your biggest why. You don't need to have answers to those really heavy loaded questions. That can be really intimidating, it can be a lot, and it's when things are that big, it's when the steps are that large that we procrastinate and we pull back and we're like, I don't want to think about this, it'll come to me later, I don't know, I'm gonna just keep watching TV and life's gonna be the same. So you don't need to know that biggest why or the biggest purpose, but maybe you are so overwhelmed, and maybe the reason you don't know it is because you're so overwhelmed, there's so much going on, like you just can't even take a deep inhale, exhale, everything wrong seems to be happening, you're just unhappy, you don't know if you need a new husband, you don't know if you need a new apartment, you don't know if you need a new job, you have no idea what you need, you just know that you want to be happier. That is a very great start. As you're adjusting your space, saying, I am welcoming in happiness, I am welcoming in positive change, I am welcoming in positivity, abundance, and all good energy. That's gonna get you a little bit. You're gonna see something. You signaling to the universe that you are ready to do whatever it is. You don't know what it is you need. You are open, ready, available, listening to whatever sign comes in. So you're gonna adjust your space for happiness, and then you need to be aware and looking out. what opportunities start coming? What weird serendipitous events start coming up? And those are the steps that start leading you to, oh, it's actually the new job that you need. It's actually this relationship you have to get out of. So just knowing happiness, adjusting your space and wanting happiness, that gets you a little bit. If you want to see even more, right, these people that really saw change fast, they had even more specific of an intention. And though it still wasn't the biggest plan, it still wasn't their life purpose, they knew, okay, I wanted to be happier, or I want to be happier, and I know that this is what's going to do that. They got a little more specific about the job, about the person. They knew at least which pathway needed to get resolved. So that gets you a little more specific. If you are unhappy in your job, but you have no idea, again, what your purpose is, what your why is, what your life mission is, what your talents are, that's okay. But you know it's your career that needs to change. You know that if the career was different, you would be better in your relationship, or you would have an environment, a home that you liked more, right? So with that, as you adjust your space, get more specific. Place things with intention. Use the directions I advise. So like in 2021, the west is the most auspicious area. Northeast with the 9 is the second most auspicious. They're both great. 8 in the west is what's gonna get you action fast. Using that area every morning with your coffee and saying, I'm open to job opportunities. I'm open, universe, I will take the risk that you want. I will make the scary leap if I get an opportunity and it seems bizarre and it doesn't make sense and I don't even know if I'm gonna be good at it, but I asked you for a new job. I know that's what's gonna help me be happier. I didn't know what career line of work it's gonna be or if it's gonna be a big shift, but I'm open to a new job. Using that Western space, cleaning that Western space, and then in general, just all the other Feng Shui adjustments you make, having that intention with specificity in mind is what is going to help you see results faster. So the biggest differentiator I see between the people who see Feng Shui results and feel change and experience change fast compared to some people who see it a little slower or maybe don't experience it at all. One is, they're both kind of one and the same, but the first one was intention. Adjusting your space with intention, understanding that your environmental energy is here to support you, it's here to help you, it's here to bring you opportunities for change. So adjusting with intention and gratitude. And then the second thing on top of that is being specific with what you want to call in. And it doesn't have to be your life purpose and it doesn't have to be the answer to everything. It can be as simple as wanting to be happier. So adjust with intention, with the specificity of, I'm ready for happiness, I'm ready for opportunities, I'm ready to welcome in abundance. And then getting more and more specific. I'm ready to change that job, I'll take the risks. I will keep an eye out for any serendipitous events and will take that risk when it comes to it because I know that I adjusted my space and that you, energy, are bringing me what I need for that happiness, for that new job. It's more specific, more specific, more specific. It compiles. And then we get into manifesting. I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below where you are tuning in from. If you like this video even just a little bit, hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell because as you apply these tips from my YouTube page, from my Instagram page, as you continue to watch these videos and apply what you learn, what you've seen, you transform a life that you tolerate into one you completely treasure. And that dream life that you weren't able to define weeks ago or months ago suddenly becomes your reality. So stay tuned, subscribe, follow along, and I'll talk to you soon.